I've been an entrepreneur all my life, and I had a lot of success, a lot of failures as well, but never quite resonated within my heart. Like I felt like I'm just doing something which everyone else doing as well. I'm just grinding. Yes, perhaps I'm improving that particular service, perhaps I might be improving to a certain degree that particular product, but it's not something which gives people more meaning, more difference. And definitely it wasn't something that gave it to myself. I stumbled across the miracle of water. The way I stumbled across it was also very interesting. It's my engineering and spiritual side of me. My engineering and spiritual knowledge suddenly started to link together. I started to see that, especially when it comes to water, spirituality and science, actually, or at least science is catching up to the thing that we knew a long time ago. And that is the miracle properties of water. That water actually has memory, that water actually, just like plants, can read your mind, that water actually can store a lot of energy and memory. But what I got struck and obsessed when I actually realized the science got up to the point now where there's devices where we can measure this stuff. We can actually measure the structuredness of the water. We can actually measure and test the memory of the water. And that's shocked me quite a lot. That was a big transformational point. I knew that within myself. I believed it, that all of this, because I know that reality is not physical. I know that everything's consciousness. And the fact that water would be conscious was no brainer. Considering we made out of water 80% by weight, 99% by molecule count. So the water in us is kind of inseparable. They can measure things through a physical effect called Kirlian effect by a field of all things. All things, including humans and objects, emit this biofield. In spirituality we call it aura. We can charge water with various music thoughts or frequencies. And so far, the main understanding of science is that H2O is just H2O. It's just the molecules. And just thinking about it or playing certain frequency does not necessarily do anything to that. Or at least maybe they are forming but they're breaking out straight away. It actually extremely matters what input we put in water. Thinking positive thoughts and playing positive music to water make water freezing beautiful crystals. This was completely revolutionary, to the point where, the same thing that quantum mechanics did to Newtonian physics. It completely changed everything around, because the idea was that there isn't any correlation between our thoughts and physical occurrence in this. A lot of scientists were skeptical about his experiments, saying that he was a little bit biased towards how he chose his crystals. And even if he wasn't biased how he chose his crystals, the beauty itself is subjective. So they kind of brushed it aside. But recently, even more breaking through experiments, like using the GDV Kirlian device effect, where we can now empirically show that water actually can change its properties, can increase its biofield simply through the power of our thoughts. We run amazing experiments ourselves where we charge water with positive thoughts and negative thoughts. The water reacts differently. It's actually the biofield increases. And it goes further, the water can store memory. The water literally memorizes everything that happens around us. And this is why it's not only important to drink water with a positive memory, it's very dangerous to drink water with a bad memory. It's been known for a long time, such thing as a dead water throughout the history. Then, even though the water could be clean, but it could actually kill people. Simply because water has the ability to memorize. It actually has a pure physical explanation to it. Water is like a living crystal. It forms a crystal through hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds are these temporary bonds that water can form and attach itself, and it literally grows as a crystal. If we can visualize it, it's like a complex crystal that ever changing its form. The way we store memory in the computer is somewhat similar, right? The water can form in various shapes and forms, and this particular data could be imprinted in a particular arrangement of those molecules. So water literally memorizes this stuff, and there's been done famous experiments, even experiments published in the Nature experiment, where exposing water to certain medicines, to certain chemicals, and then removing it allows the water to continue to remember that particular memory. And then that water managed to produce certain reaction in the body that was relevant to that particular chemical that was no longer present in the water. It's quite revolutionary because until then, nobody believed that water can store memory. And what we can go from there is very powerful, that technically water is all the medicine we need. Any sicknesses within us, considering with 99% by molecule count is water, it's just a sort of rearrangement of water. So drinking highly energized water with certain positive energy, memory, can literally change the way our cells malfunction.